Welcome to Meldon Law and Friends. I am Jeffrey Meldon, founder and attorney at Meldon Law, and I want to welcome you to a terrific show we have today. Our good friends from the Chamber of Commerce are going to be here talking about what's going on as far as the Gainesville Chamber of Commerce, and there is a lot. And it talks about how they act to bring the community together in positive ways and creating more jobs, good jobs. Before we get to our guest, we're going to go over a few of the things going on in North Central Florida. World Equestrian Center, check it out. They've got that. They are the hub for horse activity. There's everything going on there. You can go out to it's called WEC. We call it WEC, World Equestrian Center. Right now, it's really the first huge year where people from all over the world are coming, bringing in great horses, and having events where you can see some of the best horses in the world right around the corner from us. So take advantage of it, support WEC. Also, the Riley Auditorium in Ocala is really doing a lot of stuff. Our friends from Wind FM are supporting a lot of acts that are going in there, and Meldon Law is on the forefront of helping throughout the community. So check them out and see what's happening. In Gainesville, our friends from Heartwood Soundstage put on a great festival and have started a new format where they're bringing in live acts that will come from all over the country, and very, very good acts, and some of them are world famous. I saw Tommy Emmanuel there last month, and wow, what a show. It was terrific, and he's a world-class guitarist. So take a look at what's going on at Heartwood, WEC, at the Riley. Those are just a few of the things that are going on in the world of entertainment around us. And, of course, we have the Florida Gators, and Meldon Law is proud to be the official personal injury law firm partner of the Florida Gators, which means that we contribute a good amount of money back to the Florida Athletic Program in order to make sure that we support the University of Florida and all the great things that we have. And by the way, it's really a lot of fun. I was out to the ballpark Saturday and Sunday, and what a great performance by the Gators. Sunday, they hit 8 home runs. Wow, that was something else. That set a record. They also won 2 games in a row, Saturday and Sunday. I think they scored 13 runs in each game, and they may be a national champion this year. They'll certainly be in contention, and if they make it to Omaha, where the national championship is held, you can be sure they'll be a significant force there, and we may be able to bring home another national championship. I think our last one was 2017, so do yourself a favor. Across the street from the ballpark is the softball park, and the Lady Gators are, again, ranked right up there in the top 5 in the country. They're terrific. The games are a lot of fun, and we have some terrific pitching this year to go along with great hitting for women's softball. Meldon Law is giving away tickets for baseball and softball, and it's big games. So, for example, Miami's coming to town. We're giving away 2 tickets for the Friday night game, and wow, when Miami and the Gators clash, it is exciting, and the Sparks are going to fly because they're 2 great, well-established, national-caliber programs. And what's really kind of fun is you see major league players in the making, And on those two rosters, you'll probably see 8 or 10 players that'll eventually get into the big league. So check it out and enjoy a day at the old ballpark. The Condren family ballpark, which is the name for the baseball stadium, was recently completed, I think in June of 2020. And the ballpark is amazing. It's $60 million ballpark with luxury seating. It's comfortable. They turned the stadium so that the sun doesn't go directly in your eyes. The old stadium was a little bit the McKeithen Stadium was turned the wrong direction so that when the sun got really, really hot in the afternoon and early evening, you would get broiled. So that's been corrected, and there's nice shade and covering over the grandstand. So come and have a great time at the old ballpark. Support our Gators. There's other tickets coming along as well for Gator baseball. Let's see, we've got FAU coming into town on March 7th. And the Gator softball team, UCF, we're giving away tickets for the March 8th game. So all you have to do is go to Meldon Law's Facebook page. Just put in Meldon Law Facebook, and you will be able to find tickets. And they're really pretty... it's a pretty cool experience. We've had lots of people win. We're giving away tickets all the time. And if you get on the list and we have any extra tickets, even if you didn't win the contest, you may get a call saying, we got a couple extra tickets. Would you like to go to the ballpark? Coming up again, Gator basketball. The Gator basketball team really misses Colin Castleton. What a great player. So sorry he got injured. A lot of the younger players are stepping up. Riley Kugel has really become a star on the team, and there's a lot of other good things going on. So let's support our Gators through all kind of weather. We all stick together. And there's a big LSU basketball game this coming Saturday. And the game, I think, starts at 6 p.m. At the O-Dome. We're giving away tickets for that as well. And Meldon Law is having a fan fest where we let you spin the wheel of fortune, and win some free prizes. Everybody wins when you spin the wheel of fortune. It just depends on where it lands as far as what kind of a prize you win. So LSU is a very, very good team, and it'd be huge for us to win that game. We're also on the air, WSKY 97.3 FM every Saturday at 10:30. We have a live call-in show where we allow you to get your questions answered regarding any issue, mostly the law, although we sometimes deal with other issues. But give us a call anytime. Saturday, we give out the phone number Saturday morning. Tune us in, and we love hearing from our listeners. The show's been going on over 20 years, and we're very proud of what we give back to the community in the way of legal advice and creating some interesting discussion on issues that affect us all the time. You know, it's like my neighbor's tree is dying. It's on his property, but it's overhanging my house, and if it falls, who's responsible and what can I do now? That's just one example of things that we discuss, and I think there's a number of other topics that we try to cover that are not necessarily personal injury related. Our firm specializes in serious accidents that turn people's lives upside down, and we try to help them put them back into at least as good a position as they were before the crash or whatever the accident was. So you can give us a call anytime at the office, 352-373-8000, or go to meldonlaw.com, which is our website, and you can check us out there. We're in the community. We're helping a lot of different organizations because we believe that's the right thing to do. We've been here over 50 years, and our success is due to kind folks within the community who come to us for help. So we're the one firm where, if you choose us to represent you, some of the fees that we earn will be returned to the community to help us grow in a good way. So that's just about everything going on in the world of Meldon Law for this edition of Meldon Law and Friends. We're going to take a quick 3-minute break, and then we're going to be back with our special guest for today, Julianne Raymond Flinchum. So we'll be back in just 3 minutes.
Meldon Law has been serving personal injury victims since 1971. In those days, Jeffrey Meldon's presence as an attorney in the music scene dubbed him with the nickname the Hippie Attorney. And although times have changed, two things haven't: our commitment to bettering our community by helping the injured,
Albert, are you ready to go to the game?
and our love for the Florida Gators.
If you bleed orange and blue, Meldon Law is the firm for you.
Jeffrey, what are you doing?
Well, I'm joining the band, of course. Since Meldon Law is the official law firm partner of the Florida Gators, I want to help.
Dad, we're litigators. Let's stick to helping people in the courtroom.
Well, can we still hang out and jam a little bit? At Meldon Law, we won't back down.
I was going down a one-way street and a girl that was driving her car T-boned me on my scooter. I ended up going for an MRI and discovering that I had 2 herniated discs. Coming to Cary allowed me to not have to worry about what doctor I was going to see or what physical therapist I had to go to. They say, these are the people we trust. You're going to have a great experience there, and I honestly did each time.
Call Meldon Law. Your consultation is absolutely free.
I was driving behind a lady, and very suddenly she moved out of the way. There was a log laying in the road, and when I hit my brakes, I went on top of the log. I had 2 herniated discs. I just haven't been the same since. Jeffrey Meldon fought for me all the way. Him and his team really went there for me. Throughout the whole lawsuit, he made sure that my bills was paid. It was never no whenever I called him and asked him for something.
Call Meldon Law right now.
And I was in an accident. Someone ran a red light and hit me, and I was hurt. You don't know where to turn. Luckily, I called Jeffrey. These big insurance companies, they don't want you to win. They truly don't. But Jeffrey and his firm and the people that work here, they just really fight for you. You call the law offices of Jeffrey Meldon because you're going to need help, and they will help you.
Call Meldon Law right now.
Hey, Sammy, look who's there. Say hi.
Hey!
You again!
Meldon Law, Jeffrey speaking.
Jeffrey! Somebody hit us!
Hit us! Here we go again. Welcome back to Meldon Law and Friends. I am here with our guest, Julianne Raymond Flinchum. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, thank you. I know it's a little bit of a mouthful to get it all out, right?
I like it. No. I mean, I think we got it all figured out. So anyhow, Julianne, welcome to the show. And
Thank
I know
you.
you work with the Chamber of Commerce in Gainesville, Florida. Mm-hmm. And I'd like you to tell us a little bit about, the Chamber of Commerce and what the mission is for the Chamber in Gainesville.
Yeah, most definitely. So it's interesting. I started at the chamber a little over 5.5 years ago. And when I accepted the job, of course I posted online telling everybody, I just joined the chamber's team. And all of these people said, congratulations on your government job. You've got these great benefits now. And I was like, what? Oh, so there are that many people out there that have no idea what a chamber of commerce is. So yeah, I'm more than happy to share that with the people. So every chamber obviously a little bit similar, every chamber a little different. Our chamber in specific, so we've been around since 1924, so we'll be celebrating our 100 year next year.
That's pretty cool. Is there a date in 1924?
I'm not sure. I don't know what the specific date is. Maybe we're like holding out on that.
But we
It'll
have
be
to
a
have
surprise.
a party, right?
Oh yeah, there will be plenty of parties throughout the year. But so our chamber in specific, we try to focus on economic development and growth, business development, public policy, and then talent and education. So basically focusing on those 4 points and in order to really create a stronger region. So we focus on Gainesville and the surrounding 8 municipalities to really make sure that, Gainesville is a place that you want to stay, that you want to grow, and that other people want to come to.
Well, that's great. What are some notable achievements of as far as the chamber in the last 5 or 10 years?
Oh, well, one of the things we love to tout is that, so every 3 years we go through an accreditation process with the United States Chamber of Commerce. And every 3 years for the past while now, we've gotten a 5-star accreditation. So that makes us in the top 1% of all chambers nationwide.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Woo!
Yeah, well, Eric is involved, right?
Yes, yes.
I see Eric at all the, was he president
Mm-hmm.
of the chamber? So anyhow, Eric does a terrific job. Every major event, and particularly ones here at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, where we are recording from.
Yes.
You see all the helmets behind us here?
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice.
I want to give a shout out to Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. What a great place. Last night there was a big event here, the ESPN Coach of the Year Award, and Bob Stoops is here for a Lifetime Award, and it was really pretty cool. And have you been here before?
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was here for the ribbon cutting ceremony and everything. Yes.
Yeah.
And many times since then.
So this has kind of become the epicenter as far as hanging out and meeting, right?
Oh, yeah. Like, not only, obviously Visors is something in and of itself. Like, that rooftop bar is something you don't really see many other places. But obviously the food and beverage, yeah, everything's perfect.
So we have a shout out here from Julianne as far as Spurrier's. And actually, this is a great example here of community members coming together, incorporating everybody in the community. The University of Florida is a big part of the success here because they actually, bring out families and recruits and other people that are involved with the University of Florida. And it's not just athletics, it's UF Health. UF Health is huge, isn't
Oh,
it?
yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, and even we've brought in site selectors for economic development and different investors that are interested in the region. We've brought them here because, kind of a great place to show off. That's very Gainesville.
Yeah, so those of us in Gainesville do, want to, tout this place. In Ocala, you got to tout World Equestrian Center.
Which
In
is
Gaines-
beautiful.
Amazing, right?
Yeah.
And so, but the University of Florida really has embraced Spurrier's Gridiron Grill because Spurrier is probably the best known person ever to come out of Gainesville, Florida. Maybe Tim Tebow is number 2.
Yeah, we can't forget him.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think of other. Aaron Andrews is certainly a big name. From
Oh, yeah, for
Gainesville.
sure.
So those of you listening that don't live in Gainesville and haven't been here, we encourage you to come by. I talk about it just because it's an example of what can be done when people get together with creative ideas, put a team together, and fully execute things. In Gainesville, Florida, I moved here in 1970 and have been part of the community ever since. I've helped in many ways develop downtown Gainesville, and am a big fan of what y'all do at the Chamber.
Thank
I know
you.
it seems like the focus has been to bring in good, clean industry that creates well-paying jobs.
Yes, that is a huge focus point of our chamber. Yeah, and to support every little business that pops up here, whether it be a one-person show up to those larger entities like UF Health.
Yeah, UF Health is, somebody told me they have a payroll that's larger than Disney World.
I believe it. I believe it. There are a lot of people there.
A lot of people. I think it's 12 or 13,000 people.
Wow. Yeah, I wasn't sure the exact amount.
It's huge.
Yeah.
But anyhow, that's an example of, people think of Gainesville, oh, sleepy college town, but they have no idea.
No idea.
And our, I know our average wage here is much higher than all the counties around us, and we're very much an oasis as far as technology, as far as innovation, as far as young people to work. Because Florida certainly has a lot of retirees. We have retirees within our community, but because of the University of Florida and UF Health and others, there's really a tremendous amount of talent located right here in our own backyard.
Oh, most definitely. The amount of talent that just comes in because of the University of Florida and Santa Fe College is incredible. And, I know that one of the main focus points of the chamber is how do we keep that talent here, though? Make sure that they realize how amazing Gainesville is, like the rest of us feel. And keep them here and get them engaged with other local businesses and, local opportunities.
It's so funny because I'll talk to other lawyers, who are, went back to Miami or Orlando or Tampa or whatever, and they go, man, my dream would be to practice law in Gainesville, but, I moved back here and this and that. And the fact is that there's so many students, very talented students coming out of the university that would like to stay in Gainesville. They just want an equal opportunity to get the same quality job that they could get in their own hometown or wherever.
Oh, most definitely.
So you guys are making it happen for them, right?
I would like to think so. I mean, that was definitely, one of our reasons behind launching the Greater Gainesville Young Professionals.
Now, you were talking earlier about helping all size businesses, which I think is really important because a lot of folks out there go, well, I'm just starting out on my own, and I don't know, why I should join the chamber. I'm just one person. I'm not a big corporation. I'm not a company with 20 employees. So how would you kind of answer their question of why should I join the Gainesville Chamber of Commerce?
So that's a great question. I literally answer that question every day. So in our chamber, we have a little over 1,300 members. Of those 1,300 members, at least 85%, if not more, are small business owners, which means, under 25 employees. In specific, those new businesses that come into our region, that are looking for opportunity, have an idea and are looking to expand on it, we really encourage them to come and speak with us from day one. You don't necessarily have to be a member just to walk in our front doors, So from there, there's such great opportunity to provide them with resources, provide them with connections, whether that be new clients, new businesses that they can collaborate with, new organizations they can collaborate with, whatever it may be. We really love being able to be like that connector piece. Like, even speaking just of myself, I love to be that connector piece, bringing in different people that will just work well together and just grow and be successful.
Well, that's terrific. I'm here with Julianne Raymond Flinchum, and your title over there at the Chamber of Commerce for Gainesville is Director of Member Development.
Yes, yes.
Which obviously you take very seriously. You've been doing it for over 5 years. We're on Meldon Law and Friends, and the Chamber is a great friend of Meldon Law. We enjoy going out. The events are terrific. The Speedway event's coming up pretty soon, right?
Yeah. So for those that don't know, we have been doing an event out at the Gainesville Raceway, and it's like the kickoff event for Gator Nationals each year. It's our largest event of the year, always. Some people are chamber members like for many, many reasons. Some people are chamber members that go to everything, and some members literally only come to that event. That is the one thing that is the most important to them. And I think we normally get around like 500 people out at this event. And it's just incredible to see everyone come out, support a huge, awesome event like Gator Nationals that is so wonderful for our economy.
Yeah, I mean, people that don't know, you've heard of the Daytona 500. Well, for drag racing, Gainesville Raceway is the Daytona, International Speedway for drag racing. And
Right.
people love coming here because it's March.
Mm-hmm. Oh my
right?
God, yeah, you don't have to die.
What's the date, Julie?
So March 8th is the date of our mixer. And so that's from 5:30 to 7 p.m. That's like the kickoff for Gator Nationals. And then they literally start the next day.
And now, for folks that aren't currently members of the Chamber but want to go to the event, what do they need to do?
Join the chamber.
Okay. It's really, I'll tell
No.
you, it is easy and it's not that expensive, is it?
No. So one of the amazing things that we actually incorporated back during, the pandemic, because we recognized sometimes paying $450 out of pocket isn't necessarily accessible for you, especially if you are struggling. But you want to engage more businesses, you want to gain that visibility in your community. We started incorporating a monthly rate for our members. So you can join the chamber for $40 a month.
Wow.
Yeah.
And in our law firm, we learn so much from others. There's, a certain amount you can develop on your own by reading and, listening to shows like this. However, the interaction between other members, we're going up to Atlanta for 2 days just to be with our mastermind group of other lawyers that are in similar practices.
Yeah.
And we do that every 3 months, and we've been doing it for 5 years.
That's amazing.
And it's amazing that we've made as much progress just by staying involved. And I think that's the message that the Chamber has, is that get involved, take one step. They will make it really easy for you to afford.
Yes, yes.
So we got this big, exciting event.
Yes.
Is it let's see, what's the date again? The 8th?
March 8th, right.
So it's a Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday evening.
Afternoon around 5 o'clock?
Yeah, 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock.
5 o'clock to 7 o'clock. It's exciting, and it's a great way for you to get involved, give back to the community as far as supporting the Chamber of Commerce. Have a great time. Boy, the food is awesome out there.
Oh my gosh, that's like one of the best parts. You get to meet all these people in your community and make connections, but at the same time, you get some pretty delicious foods and drinks.
Yeah. Well, we're going to be there. We love everything that the Chamber does, and we really are looking forward to supporting it. Now, I know there's some new initiatives that you've been involved in.
Yeah.
Tell us about the Greater Gainesville Young Professionals initiative.
Of course, yeah. So basically, we launched this program back in February of 2022 after doing several focus groups. So we brought together probably around like 70 different young professionals in our region. And we're basically doing like roundtable conversations of what would you want to see from a young professionals group were the chamber to launch one. So after gathering all of this information, getting all this feedback from all of these different individuals that were in various industries, various businesses, various sized businesses, we kind of came together with this little package that is the Greater Gainesville Young Professionals. So we actually launched it here at Celebration Point in February of last year, had about 200 people show up.
Wow.
Yes, so obviously it was something the community wanted. Had a great time, played some Mario Kart out in the grassway, had some good food, drinks, met some really awesome people, and we've just continued on from there.
Now, who's eligible to be in the Young Professional Group?
Yeah, so our Young Professionals group is open to anyone between the ages of 21 to 39, and that works for or owns a business within Greater Gainesville, or even for our students, they can get involved as well. Membership is actually free of charge to any student that is currently enrolled at Santa Fe College or University of Florida. And then with your chamber membership, you gain access to the Young Professionals for anyone that's on your team that's between the ages of 21 to 39.
What kind of support activities do you have for young professionals to learn how to grow and develop a business?
Sure. So we do about 3 to 4 events per month. Each event has a different focus point. So we do a monthly Connect event, which is more focused on providing opportunities to, connect with their peers and share information and things like that. We do a Strive event, which is more focused on philanthropic focus points, connecting them with a local nonprofit, a local effort, even encouraging some civic engagements. And then we do a monthly Thrive event as well. So our Thrive events are more about like that professional development or personal development opportunity. And then quarterly, we do a Discover event.
So what's interesting is you don't have to own your own business if you work in another business and
Correct.
You're anxious to develop yourself and the potential of your company. That's a great opportunity to join. And
Right.
sometimes, just like in Meldon Law, we support our employees doing things like that, BNI groups or, whatever. It's like we try to get, we try to develop leaders within our organization because that's my job now. Right?
Right. That becomes your job. The longer you're in Gainesville.
No, well, and the fun part is that the better I do at developing other leaders, the less I have to do.
True. Set people up for success,
Yeah, no, I mean, we have scholarships for the Dale Carnegie course for anybody.
Oh,
in
wonderful.
our law
Yeah.
firm. I'll put a plug in for Dale Carnegie if anybody wants an incredible personal development course. Dale Carnegie course is awesome. Every president in the United States for the last 80 years has taken the Dale Carnegie course before they ran for office. And we also have a national group where we send team members. Now, what does the chamber do to help people, understand that and grow and how to develop your own team?
So that's probably going to be best provided to you with like our lunch and learns that we do with the chamber. And then on a larger scale with Leadership Gainesville. So, obviously our lunch and learns, we do a different topic each month with the chamber, and that's for any chamber member to attend, even non-members, to check it out. And we'll bring in someone to kind of speak on a topic that is important to our businesses, whether it be building culture, building your team, retaining your talent. We've even had Bob Ganzik with Dale Carnegie as one of our speakers.
Oh, well, about Bob
Yes.
is a Meldon Law coach as well. He comes around the office and
He's great.
14 people in our firm that have gone through that.
That's
course.
amazing. Wow.
So have you gone through it yet yourself?
I have not, which is crazy. I don't know how I've skipped out of that. But I've done the little miniature courses.
So it's never
Okay. Okay.
So my son's done it. All the leaders in our office have done it, and actually we offer it to everybody. You don't have to be a manager or whatever. Everybody
Right.
gets the opportunity to grow. So I'm very, very interested in the development of businesses because our law office is no different than any other business in the community, and the same principles apply, right? As far
Right.
as when you're trying to build a network and build your unique value proposition to your potential customer.
Yeah, it's been interesting. I joke with people that like in my role as the director of member development, I'm also like part business consultant. Like I sit with so many different people that will tell me where they're at, where they want to be as a business within Greater Gainesville, or maybe even expanding internationally or nationally, and we're able to really provide, like I said before, like those resources and those connector pieces in order to help them accomplish that. And I just sat with someone this morning and they were like, this is where I'm at. I wish that I had this, this, and this. And, of course, for me, that's like, you just opened a book and I'm ready to keep jot down all of my ideas.
Well, that's so important, and you really help people connect and develop their business and do things that are absolutely critical. I mean, if you go back and you look at any of these successful businesses that we had, most of them started out much smaller, and somewhere along the way, they figured out how to develop their business.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No. It's really great because, you don't need to recreate the wheel, right? There are so many people within your community that you can speak with and learn from. And I think that's something that's provided to you with the chamber, creating that sense of community where you're able to exchange ideas and learn from each other. But I also have really, really loved to see it with our young professionals. So many of them have so many different experiences and are in different industries and different, spots in their life that they really can share with each other and learn from each other. And I think that's oftentimes something that a young professional kind of forgets is that, like, networking, actually talking to people, not just that's important. Like, it does help.
Now, I have to confess, I text once in a while, but
I love to text.
I think it's very efficient. However, for those of you that only text, right, and won't get on the friggin' phone and say hello, okay, I have a message which is, once in a while, it's nice to say hello.
Yes, it is. It is. So I started going to networking events at the chambers as a chamber member when I was 22. I was scared out of my mind. Like, everyone there is at least like 20 years older than me. Of course I got the thing of like, oh, you're just a baby, aren't you? All that kind of stuff because everyone's calling me out of my age. But once you got over that hump, right? And you actually did, start talking to people. Maybe I would power chug like an espresso beforehand just to help me. But once I got in there and I actually started talking to people, I mean, those connections that I've made through the years have led to, I wouldn't be working at the Chamber of Commerce now, and I wouldn't have been able to accomplish the things that I've accomplished over the past 10 years had I not gotten connected to those individuals in our community. I mean, you got to do it.
Well, and one of the things that I will tell you that I've seen is that you get out of the chamber what you put into it.
Yes. I joke that it's like a gym membership in that way. I tell people there are benefits that you receive just by signing up. Like, oh, you're automatically placed on our online directory, and we'll give you shout outs on social media and all that great stuff. But that's kind of equivalent to, like, if you're a Gainesville Health and Fitness member, you get discounts at certain local businesses around town, right?
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
I've been a member
Oh,
for
yeah.
a long time.
Yeah, shout out to Joe and his team. They know what they're doing. But you don't have to go to the gym in order to get those discounts.
Right.
You know, so you get the little benefits, but the real benefits are going to come when you actually show up, when you actually participate, when you're actually, you know, putting some time in.
Well, I think that, again, for young professionals or folks that are older, you know, I keep reinventing our business all the time. You know, every year we bring in great consultants and people to help. And I think that for the person starting out, you have time. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have any customers. You got time, so why not join the chamber,
Right.
and learn the secrets of success from the masters? Because the chamber is amazing. The folks that are, you know, leaders within the community that are involved with the chamber are really very anxious to share their advice and help younger people get started.
Oh yeah, we just launched a program called Pancakes and Presidents with the young professionals. So quarterly, we bring in a local president from one of our like locally owned and operated businesses, and we'll have them speak on kind of their story and like successes and failures, advice that they would give. Most of them are young professionals, or at least young professional adjacent. And we keep it small and intimate so that you're actually able to have like this impactful conversation with a local CEO, a local president that has jumped through some hoops and been through some things, and they're willing to share it with you. And the presidents that have reached out to us about wanting to get involved with that, it's been really, really cool to see.
I love it. And so the term young professional incorporates just about anybody, doesn't it?
Yeah, I had somebody, we have a Facebook group, of course, for people to stay engaged. And I had somebody say, oh, the reason I'm not joining your Facebook group is because I don't know what your term of professional is. And I was like, do you work or want to work in Greater Gainesville? Then you're a professional.
Yeah, anybody that wants to work and learn and has a little ambition,
Right.
it fits into the niche, right?
Yeah.
It's like you do not need to be, you know, some, you know, person that started their own company and
Right.
We actually have found that folks at every level within our company are turning out to be very good sources of referrals for cases because they have their own network. So what we preach at Meldon Law is, you know, everybody is an influencer, and if you let people know what great work we do, where, you know, how to get a hold of us, what kind of cases we do, what we're involved in, and we have about 32 people that work on our team, and I'm always preaching to them, you know, you get 30 people that are out there and with, you know, Facebook and Instagram and all the, you know, TikTok and whatever. I even do TikTok videos sometimes.
Good for you.
Just to like, you know, just because they told me that a lot of people watch it. So anyhow,
Yeah.
but however, I think the point is that the lessons that you can learn by hanging around other successful business people are invaluable.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, yeah, the real thing that happens there is like what the most beneficial and helpful referral is one that just happens organically. So like hopefully after this you go around and you're like, Julianne Raymond is amazing, the chamber's amazing, Greater Gainesville Young Professionals are amazing, and you just talk about it to everybody. And I'll do the same for you.
Well, you know, that's good. So I think, so one of the takeaways from our interview here today is young people up to 40 years old, right, get involved. If you're over 40, get involved even more because you got a shorter work life and you need to catch up really quickly. However, the requirements to get involved are very easy, right? How do people get a hold of you? What are the contact information?
So anybody can reach us via our website, of course. We have, the GainesvilleChamber.com, minus the GainesvilleChamber.com. But also, obviously, our social media outlets. The Gainesville Chamber is on Facebook, Instagram. Also, we have the Greater Gainesville Young Professionals. There's a Facebook group that you can reach out to. There's an Instagram that you can follow. And also, you can just reach me, Julianne at GainesvilleChamber.com. Pretty easy.
That's really easy. And so the important message is it's really easy. If you just Google the Gainesville Chamber, right, you'll get a phone number or an email.
Just don't get distracted by Gainesville, Georgia or Gainesville, Virginia.
You're going to put Gainesville, Florida Chamber if you're Googling.
Yes,
right?
if you're Googling.
And that's how I live my life, right? If I want to know something that I don't know,
Yeah, it's easy enough.
So anyhow, the barriers to entry have been taken away because you can pay $40 a month and become a full-fledged member. You can have the benefits of the youth program, which is there to nurture others who are learning the ways to run a business. And really, what's interesting is the term young professional, if in fact, you're in a profession, a lawyer, a doctor, or anything else, they never teach us business development in law school. And I don't think they teach doctors that either. And it probably applies to a lot of other, young professionals that, we go to school and we learn, different technical skills. However, everything I've learned about business has been through my own initiative.
Right.
You need to develop it, and it's very, very common in business that, and even I was a finance major in the School of Business in undergraduate school, but you take a couple courses, you learn a few things, but it's really not an education in how to run a business.
Yeah, no. I was a theater major, so obviously I'm in a very different role now. But everything that I have learned has been through experiences or looking information up or reading books or, listening to a podcast, whatever it may be. That's how I've learned things. But I would say that, when you are given something like this, like a resource like the Chamber or the Young Professionals, that's like a all-in-one. You can learn from other people, but we'll also give you those seminars and those professional development and business development opportunities as well.
Think of it as a key to success. All you have to do is take the key, open the door, walk in, and get involved.
Right. And have some fun along the way.
Oh
we're very fun.
No, the Chamber is not stodgy. I know a lot of the people, and the whole idea for Gainesville in particular was to build the Chamber of Commerce to attract great quality companies and then to develop within our own community successful businesses that will grow and create more good jobs for other people, and do it in a way that is thoughtful, it's responsible as far as giving back to the community once you're successful and growing. And I'm very excited to hear of all the initiatives that the Gainesville Chamber is involved in right now.
It's, one of the things that I always like to remind people too is that, whether you work for or own a for-profit or non-profit organization, you should be involved. Because obviously we partner with a lot of nonprofits in town, so that's a huge aspect of it. But we are such a philanthropic community, right? That has so many different nonprofits that are doing amazing things.
Really?
But how are you going to be informed of those things and what's actually happening if these people aren't doing the same thing and connecting with other individuals and sharing their mission? So nonprofits too, come on in.
The term nonprofit in many ways is a misnomer because it suggests that people are, not trying to generate income. Nonprofits are trying to generate revenue and income, and so we can help nonprofits, profits, young professionals, older folks like myself who, think we. At every point, I realized that I knew less than I did a year ago. Okay, and I looked back and I said, did I learn something in the past year? And the Chamber of Commerce in Gainesville, Florida, is here for you. Julianne Raymond, it's been wonderful having you on as our guest. One more time,
Thank you.
Tell people how to connect.
Right. So go to our website, GainesvilleChamber.com. You can also find us on Facebook, the Greater Gainesville Chamber or Greater Gainesville Young Professionals group. And you can also find us on Instagram. So whatever, and LinkedIn, I mean, shoot, we're on them all.
If you can't find them, you're in the wrong business. Anyhow, thank you very much for joining us on Meldon Law and Friends, and we'll be back next week with another edition of our podcast. Thank you very much for listening and watching.
Thank you.